W. Kamau Bell, welcome to the Red Velvet Cake Studio.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man, I am a big fan. When your show was on FX, I watched every episode.
You were the one.
When they moved you to FXX,
Yep.
I watched every episode.
Yep, it was the Tuskegee experiment of comedy. Yes. Let's see what happens when we move a black guy to a cable network nobody has. Oh, it doesn't work out that well, it turns out. Who knew?
I still have every episode of Totally Biased on DVR.
Oh, please! I'll just give them to you. There's too much good TV out there. Don't let my face take it up. Yeah, I'll just slide them to you on the down low. Don't tell
So
nobody.
now you got a new show.
Yeah, it's called United Shades of America. It's a documentary show. The whole idea is CNN takes a black guy and sends him places you either wouldn't expect or he absolutely shouldn't go. And since Don Lemon wouldn't do it, they had me do it. So. Don stays where he lives.
So what's an example of a place?
Well, the pilot episode, I went to go visit an organization called the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning. Yeah, don't need no coffee now, do you?
No, sir.
Yeah.
That's a waker-upper.
Yeah.
What?
So I felt, years ago, Dave Chappelle did the blind black white
Right.
supremacist, and I said, and not that this is funnier than that. That's one of the funniest things ever of all time. But I thought, how can I take that a step further? And so I went and met with the Ku Klux Klan. I went to a cross burning. I went to, and I was not hidden. They knew I was black. And I went to met with
Not
a guy
like Blazing Saddles.
Not like Blazing Saddles. No.
Where the white women at?
The Klanman is a what? Yeah, so it was just an idea of seeing if I can have a conversation with these people and they can try to explain to me how their things are. Like, for example, this is the progressive Klan, I found out. They don't dislike black people. They just really love white people. Too much into white people. Like, white people need to get a restraining order. We went there for the cross burning. We went there. We got there the afternoon. We had to wait till dark because they don't burn them after dark. And I've never been so excited to see the sun go down. Can we burn this cross and get out of here, please? It's not a sentence my grandmother ever wanted me to say.
You obviously got out alive, so
yeah. That's
I
tell people and they get scared. I'm like, I'm here right now. You're still looking at me. But yeah, so that was the most explosive episode we did. But that's an example of I also did things that are a little more serious. Like we did an episode where I spent several days in San Quentin prison and got to talk to guys who were lifers in prison. And just the whole point of that show is to do a show where we show guys in prison, but not like the way they do it on those shows like Lock Up, where prison looks scary and mean. Where it's like these are
this
good
is the jokey
dudes.
Side of prison.
It is the jokey side of prison. Those guys got a lot of time on their hands, so they have time to develop a lot of skills. So a lot of them are real funny.
So you said you spent several days. Did you?
I didn't live. No, I did not. They
Okay.
don't let you do that. Also, I would not have done that. But I did go every day to San Quentin and hung out with dudes and met a lot of great dudes there. Yeah.
How does a guy from Palo Alto get to? I mean, because it just seems Palo Alto is the home of Stanford, and very white bread.
You're saying I'm not smart? What are you saying?
No. I think comedians are amongst the smartest people ever, except for a couple of exceptions.
Let's list them right now, so I can't hang out with my friends anymore.
She's not talking to you, man. She's talking to me. I'm taking that one.
Okay, you take that one for the team.
Oh, you got one coming your way. Don't worry.
But you just have to. I mean, you come from one of the whitest bread communities in the world, and you have such an interesting take on.
Well, to be
society.
fair, I didn't grow up in Palo Alto, and when I was born there, my parents were the black people who formed their own separate black community.
Gotcha.
It was what's East Palo Alto. They had
you are East.
Yeah, I was in East Palo Alto. I was born in Stanford Hospital, then immediately they took me to East Palo Alto, which for those people who don't know, that's like saying the Compton of Palo Alto. So they had formed like a tribe of black people where they all took new black names like people did back then. And I was the first baby born into the tribe. That's why my name is Kamau.
Kamau.
So,
W. Kamau Bell.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Could you have been a Carl otherwise?
I hope no. My dad's name is Walter, so it's literally
okay.
Walter Kamau Bell. But
Gotcha.
who wants to be called Walter?
Okay, so Totally Biased was
not even cockroach from the country show. Just some feelings over here. Think as well. I was gonna let that go.
You're in the room of don't do Compton jokes.
Totally Biased Totally Biased was a Chris Rock production. Is your new CNN show a Chris Rock production as well?
No. I mean, Chris is still in my life. We're still in touch, but I decided I had to try to do something without him. And if this doesn't work, I'm going straight back to Chris. But yeah, no, this was luckily the great thing about the show is that Chris allowed me to have an executive producer credit on it. So that means that when I go out and have these meetings, that's a big part of this whole diversity thing people are talking about, is that black people have to have some
don't know
power.
That. They really don't.
Yeah,
Man.
that if you have
right.
a title and you have a title that's a behind the camera title, then you can help make decisions.
You're in the room
So
when it happens, you're absolutely right.
And Chris knew that, so he gave me even some dude from San Francisco who didn't know what he was doing. He said, "Now you're an executive producer." So it's a big deal.
Are you helping Chris with his monologue?
I'm texting him stuff. I just assume but he's got a team of the best comedy writers in the world working on that thing. It's going to be beautiful.
Does he at least say the line that Denzel is the greatest actor in the world, period?
My podcast, Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period.
Of all time,
Of all time, period. I have to get him on
What
there.
is this?
I have a podcast. It's called Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. I think we can agree on that, right, Tom?
I think so. I got no argument.
And it's about Denzel Washington.
This is the response I get. It is a podcast. We've done like 60 episodes. Every week is about how Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. We did one episode about The Wiz, so we took a day off because sometimes we have to do black people homework. So we'll do Blackish because that's black people homework. But no, it's a whole pot. When people talk about, we had Spike Lee on talking about this. We've had Ava DuVernay on. When people talk about the greatest actors of all time, it's always De Niro, Pacino, DiCaprio, all the O's. But nobody ever says Denzel. And if you look at his career, there's no reason that he shouldn't. The only reason he's not listed there is because of what's that word again? Racism. So our podcast, we wanted to do this before Denzel is too old to appreciate it. So he's heard about it.
I was going to ask, what's Denzelo's response?
He referred to me as like, oh yeah, that's that brother who's always talking about me. So just short of a restraining order.
It'd be kind of creepy.
I can't wait to see your new show, United States of America, premieres on CNN in April.
April 29th.
April 29th.
April 24th. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me get that right.
Yeah. W. Kamau Bell, my man.
Big fan.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And when you do your podcast, Tom Joyner is the greatest DJ.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Time.
We're almost done with Denzel movies.
Okay.
25 past the hour.